Hey everybody, and welcome to the SUNY ESF Academic Success video series, where we help students learn valuable skills to get the most out of their academic experience. The coronavirus has impacted the ESF community, but we're incredibly grateful for the efforts of social distancing in the interest of public health. To all those willing to sacrifice their own safety and well-being in this crisis, we are very grateful. In this video, we will give you 5 tips for staying well and preparing for finals week during these new and challenging times. Before you dive in, you want to check in with how you're managing your self-care and your overall study environment by doing an audit of yourself and your space. Staying well is more important than ever, and you may find that recently your mood or your energy have been declining. So recognizing when you're experiencing stress can help you intentionally engage with coping strategies such as relaxation or grounding techniques, deep breathing, or other stress-relieving hobbies, and can make you more mindful of your needs. Try to eat a healthy and balanced diet, get restful sleep, engage in some form of physical activity, and even though we're in a time of social distancing, it's important to reach out to friends and family. So creating something like a virtual study group can not only get you valuable social time with your friends, but can also keep you all motivated. So it's also important to maintain some kind of regular routine, and this can also help shift your mindset and prepare you to engage with your work. The space where you work is an important component to your ability to concentrate and focus. So try to find a place that you can designate for this sole purpose. It should be a location where your distractions are minimal and you can spread out any study tools that you may be using. It's also hard to not be tempted by distractions such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube, Netflix, or gaming. So if you're having issues disconnecting from electronic distractions, it may be a good idea to install a site blocker or a focus tool like Cold Turkey, Self-Control, or Stay Focused. Links in the description below. If you're having issues concentrating or even getting started on work, it may be helpful to try the next technique. Tip number 2, commit to working for just 5 minutes, just to get started. So too often we look at our to-do lists and quickly become really overwhelmed at the idea of completing all the tasks. And when it comes to large projects or exams, we can really magnify these assignments in our mind, and if you're able to carve out work for just 5 minutes, after the 5 minutes are up, you can ask yourself if you want to keep working. And once people have gotten started with a task, it is much easier to continue. Tip number 3, break it down. Take the example that you're reviewing chapters in your textbook. You're not going to do that all in one big chunk. You're going to take it and break it down into smaller parts. So it's important to take those chapters and partition them out by sections or topics, pages, or sometimes if it seems really confusing, bringing it down into a single paragraph to start with. But sometimes we have the experience where we have a lot of things on our to-do list, and that can seem very hard to manage. So one of the best things that you can do is to first make a list and itemize all of the things that you have to do, so that way you can kind of lay out those things that might be rumbling around and you're thinking about them, so that way you can prioritize what needs to happen first and also what can kind of be put on the back burner for a little while that doesn't really take priority. Once you have done this step, you can get started on focusing on each individual task one at a time, which leads me to tip 4, my favorite time management and focus tool, the Pomodoro method. So the first step is to take one of those tasks from before, like editing a paper. So your goal in this process is to take one singular task that you will work on for 25 minutes. It's important that you only focus on that one task. The next thing you'll do is you'll have to set a timer for 25 minutes. And there are a lot of apps or timers that can work, but you can also use your clock or a phone to keep time. Some other helpful tips are to close all your unused tabs on your computer. Turn your phone onto airplane mode, and if you have them, use a pair of headphones to help with distractions. Check out our ESF themed Spotify playlists in the link below. While you sit down for a Pomodoro session, even though you've eliminated all other distractions, you may still have things that pop into your mind while you're trying to focus. Feel free to write these things down to make sure that you don't forget them, and put them away with the intention that you'll attend to them later after your session is complete. Work for the designated time period you have set. So for our case, it's 25 minutes, and hopefully during that time, you're able to feel like you've made some substantial progress on whatever you were working on. So at this time, I would recommend taking a 5-minute study break. I would encourage you to get up, move around, check your phone, or attend to anything that you didn't attend to during your Pomodoro session. If you would like to repeat this process, continue the 25-5 rule and don't do more than 4 Pomodoro sessions in a row without taking a 15 to 20 minute break. Tip number 5 is to pace yourself. Studying for hours on end or cramming before an exam can lead to a lot of frustration and can seem really daunting. I've seen this in the past where students have also gone through multiple nights of studying where they lose sleep, and it actually affects their performance in the long run. So instead of trying to think about your studying in one large block of time, try to think about and optimize the amount of time that you have before the exam, and think about your Pomodoro sessions. So if you can set a specific goal for each one of your 25-minute Pomodoro sessions in preparation for the exam, you can actually cut down on the overall time you would need to prepare. Always remember, it's quality over quantity. Thank you all for watching our first video, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Feel free to check out the comments. We've got a couple ESF curated playlists for studying and some app recommendations in the comments below. So we hope you really like some of these tips and they help you prepare for your final exams. And we wish you the best of luck, and just remember that the Academic Success Center is here to support you.